Gator Dave, welcome in for week 12, sir. How are we doing?
Damn, week 12, Mike. I can't believe we're that far down the road.
It's crazy.
Crap. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, Gator Dave working, you see the background. Gator Dave's working a little remote. Mike, we are in Whitestown, Indiana.
Okay.
That would be a suburb of Indianapolis, Indiana, the home of the Indianapolis 500, Mike. So, we're up there in the Northeast, where the Big Ten is. So
Shout out to
rather
Evelyn, our Indiana goer.
oh, there we go. There we go. She is right
Perfect
there
timing.
in the mix. Yep. Evelyn, I'm in Indiana, Indianapolis, Indiana. So it's good stuff. So remind everybody we're Bets Utopia, your number one location for all things sports betting. Please like, subscribe, hit that subscribe. All right, Capstone guys, hit that subscribe. Um, we'd love to hear more from you. Remember, we're on podcast now. We've expanded our horizons. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Spotify Podcast. Woo! That Mad Hatter is kicking in.
There
So,
you go.
we again, we're live on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. More time for those wagers and getting ready for those Thursday night games, even though we're playing on Tuesday nights. Do us a favor, shout out to your friends, give them a text, let them know. Come see us at Bets Utopia. All right, let's get rolling, Mike. Week 12. Let's do this. So I
Let's get it.
guess you got the numbers up top. You're still kicking my ass. Had a decent week. I guess, anytime I can say that I tied you, I feel good about, the week. So but you're still smoking Gator Dave. So let's look at that first game. We're going out to the West Coast. We got Utah State at UNLV. And obviously, we got the Fighting Dan Mullins again. Utah State 5-4, UNLV and the Mullins are 7-2. Aggies have lost 3 of 5 games to Vandy, Hawaii, and New Mexico. That's Utah State. Wins over Nevada and San Jose State. Utah State quarterback Bryson Barnes over 2,100 yards, 65%, 17-3. Very respectable. 407 yards and 7 TDs on the ground, and their running back Miles Davis. Miles Davis. That name sounds like a daggum jazz guy. I don't know my jazz, but all right. He's got 609 yards, 6.3 a carry, and 6 TDs. Utah State, when we look at their defense, Mike, hot damn garbage. 113th ranked rushing defense, 104th on passing defense. Utah State is 7-2 against the spread, 3-1 as an underdog against spread. So something to think about there. So the Rebs and the Fighting Dan Mullins, they're on a little bit of a skid. They've lost 2 or 3 games to Boise State and New Mexico. They beat Colorado State last weekend by 32 damn points, and we kicked ass on that one, didn't we, Mike? The Rebs, Calandria, the guy from Virginia, 22-51 on yards, 69%, 17 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, rushed for 484, and 6 TDs. Their running back Thomas has got 780 yards, 7.6, and 8 TDs. So UNLV is 116th ranked rushing defense, 121 on passing defense. So Mike, this is the game of the shitty defenses. without a doubt. Obviously, a 71.5 line here. That's probably a dead giveaway, right? So both teams played Air Force. The total in the UNLV game was 99 against Air Force. The total against Utah State was 79. They both lost to New Mexico. Utah State by 19 and UNLV by 5. Damn, there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game, but man, it's hard for me to say 71 and bet that line. So, man, I'm going to go with the Fighting Dan Mullins and take UNLV and the 6 points here, Mike. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. We've talked about UNLV quite a bit this year. This is actually, I think, the first time that we've talked Utah State. So, little
It is.
little tidbit, fun fact there. Um, 71.5 is a lot of points, but this is one of those games I'm not worried about it. I think there's going to be points. I'm not going to shy away from this one just because I don't think there's any way that there's not points in this one. You mentioned every reason why there will be. Both defenses are trash. UNLV has had time and time a game this year. Each game it seems like is going, 70 points, 80 points, 90 points. Um, they have no problem putting points up on the offensive side of the ball, and the defense is atrocious, filled with holes, looks like Swiss cheese. Same thing for Utah State. This is going to be a good battle in terms of offensive production. I'd look at the first half over two if you're maybe looking at that. I mean, they should have 30 or 40 points at halftime easily. So give me the over 71.5 here, Dave.
Yeah, I like it too, bud. I mean, it's just like I can't remember the last time I would have gone for over 71 and a half.
It's
But
a
in
lot
this
of
game, there's
points.
no fuck.
It's a lot of
It's a
points.
lot, but god dang, this is dog ass city and good
Yeah.
offenses, right? So I think you're making the right call. I want to shout out to Evelyn. We talked about her. Go Indiana. We talked about that. Scott Crawford, thanks for coming aboard, my friend. And of course, my son Jared. Appreciate you coming on there. We've also got Matt in the chat. So appreciate you joining
I see
in
what you did there,
there,
Dave.
sir.
Look at you. Dropping bars
What's
tonight.
that? We
You
got
get a
what?
Mad Hatter in you and you start dropping bars.
I know, dude. It's two Mad Hatters, my friend, and the damn text messages are blowing up. My friends there at Capstone Logistics, sitting in the steakhouse right now. I'm hoping they're watching the pod, but we'll see what happens there. All right, let's go. Next game, we got Texas State at Southern Mississippi. Southern Mississippi getting 5.5 over under at 65.5. Mike, Southern Miss is my near and dear to my heart game team, and
That's why. That's why I did it. That's why I did it,
I,
Dave.
I I like it,
That's why I
Mike. I
did it
like it.
because
I hope
I
I
thought
made
you
the
were gonna do
right.
them last week. That's why I threw them out this
Yeah,
week. I
yeah,
almost put them on there last week because you didn't, and they ended up winning. I regretted it, so that's why
yeah,
I
yeah.
had to give them back to you.
There and I'll have to say, Mike, as I did a little research, I'm going, and you said you might want to look at these three. I go, yeah, we should look at these three because Texas State is 3-6, Mike, and Southern Miss is 7-2. Texas State has lost its last five damn games. And oh, by the way, they're 2-7 against the spread and 1-4 in away games. Southern Miss won 6-7. Two teams on a different trajectory. Give me another drink there, Mike. Ah, give me them golden.
One more, Dave. One more,
Mike,
one more for the
one more
people. One more for the people. There we go.
for the peeps, baby, for the peeps. Golden Eagles, keep it rolling. Cover the 5.5. Gator Dave lock. Boom.
Boom. Yeah, I'm with you. You've been high on Southern Miss all year long. You called it from the very beginning. I'm with you here. I think they're the better team. I think they're in a great position right now. And I think their head coach is also somebody to look at with this coaching carousel that's going on right now. And a lot of these openings already happening, more to come. He definitely could be a guy that's on his way out of Southern Miss too. But for now, he is there. I'm with you. Give me Southern Miss minus the 5.5.
All right, all right, all right. Now we go to the home team, the Kennesaw State Owls. They are favored by 3, Mike, at Jacksonville State. This one's going to be a little different. Over under is 54.5. So the hometown Owls are 7-2. Jacksonville State is 6-3 on their heels. The Owls have won their last 7 in a row. KSU's 6-3 against the spread, 3-2 as a favorite. Jacksonville State's won 5 of the last 6 games, and 4-5 against the spread, and 2-1 at home. So, one of the things I looked at when I dug in, obviously, in some of these non-Power 5 teams, they don't have a lot of defense, and neither one of these teams do. But Jacksonville State's averaged a total of 60 points in their last 6 games. Kennesaw State is averaged damn near 50 points in their last 6 games. So, Mike, I'm a little leery about calling this for the home team in Kennesaw State because, I think they're going to have their hands full in this one, Mike. But I believe that this game can go over 54.5, Mike. What do you think?
It's going to be a great game, that's for sure. Both teams are undefeated in the conference right now, so this is a big, big one with only 2 games left on the season after this week's games. Kennesaw State, you mentioned, sitting at 7-2. Jacksonville State 6-3. We talked about Kennesaw State last week. We had them against New Mexico State. You were on Kennesaw. I was on New Mexico State. You should have had that game. Kennesaw State was up 24-7 going into the fourth quarter. Gave up kind of 2 garbage touchdowns to New Mexico State. Final score ends up being 24-21. I get the cover with New Mexico State plus the 9.5. I don't think that's going to go this way. I think Kennesaw State is going to beat Jacksonville State in this one. I think they're going to do it very convincingly. Jacksonville State is one of the best rushing teams in the country. They have, I think he has 1,100 yards rushing. He has 12 touchdowns, but they cannot throw the ball. Gavin Wimsett, transfer, he is their quarterback. He cannot throw the ball. I forget exactly where he came from. I think it was Rutgers, if I'm not mistaken. It was either there or like Wisconsin. Either way, dude can't hit the broadside of a barn. That's a lot of their problems on offense. If they can't run the football, they're going to have issues. Last week, Kennesaw State ran for over 200 rushing yards, 200 passing yards on offense, held New Mexico State to just 75 rushing yards on offense for them. I think they're going to be able to slow down this rushing game for Jacksonville State. They're going to limit them, make them throw the football. That's going to give Kennesaw State opportunities. I think at this point of the season, Kennesaw State has a lot in front of them, and they're aware of that. Give me Kennesaw State on the money line to get it done here at Jacksonville State.
I like it. I like it, Mike. I think that's a good call for sure. So another shout out. We got our friend Hindu in the chat. He wants to know. What was he saying earlier? I was trying to read what he's got to say. It's all good there, Hindu. We love you, man. We love you. How's the baby doing there, friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. It's good. It's good. All right.
Hey,
next game.
It's about family, Dave.
It's about the fam. Hey, we're all family here, man. I mean, got my young man on here.
Whoa.
It's all good. It's all about fam.
Whoa. All right. Moving on to the next game here. We got Boise State taking on San Diego State. Dave, who do you like here?
We do. So San Diego State is favored by 3 in this game. Everybody's going, oh shit, what happened to the great Boise State? Over under 41.5. So Boise State comes in at 6-3, San Diego State at 7-2. Boise State 6-2-1 against the spread and 1-0 as an underdog. But San Diego State is 7-2 against the spread. And oh, by the way, 4-0 at home. And here is the kicker, and I might put this one up here. Boise State quarterback Maddox is out. he is not going to be playing. They got the backup cut forth at 51% throwing the ball, 173 yards, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. Problema. Boise, the Broncos, it's not going to happen. Last year in this game, Mike, did you know Fresno won 30 to Fresno beat this team 30-7. Their last game against Hawaii, they had 4 turnovers. Prior to that, 7 wins. San Diego State at home, they're going to kick some butt. And backup quarterback, Mr. Cutforth, is toast. So easy money in this one with San Diego State covering that 3 points. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think that's the right side. But with it being Boise, they're sneaky. They're sneaky. There's just something about it. There's something about this line also with him being out. There's something weird. I'm not going to take Boise.
No,
I'm not going to take
All
Boise.
right, good.
I'm
Thank
going to take
God.
the
Thank God you're not taking Boise.
relax. Take another drink. Take another drink. I'm going to go with the under 41.5 in this one. San Diego State has one of the best defenses in the country. Without Maddox being at the quarterback slot for Boise, they are going to struggle moving the football. I think San Diego State limits them. I'm not sold on this San Diego State offense, however. I think Boise's defense comes to play as well. This is a closer game than some people may think, maybe like a 19-16, ugly score, ugly game. Give me the under 41.5, but I'm with you. I do like that San Diego State play. I think they do end up winning this one.
Yeah, it's going to be an ugly piece of crap that we will not watch, Mike. So let's go to the Big 12. We got Arizona at Cincinnati, Mike. Cincinnati, not far from where I am right now. I know I'm in that Midwest shit. I can't be too far, right? Is it that way or is it that way? So, Cincinnati's favored 6.5. 56.5 is the over under in this particular game. So the Wildcats of Arizona come in at 6-3. The Bearcats are 7-2. Wildcats have won their last 2 games against Colorado, Kansas. Lost to Houston and BYU, which are kind of in that upper tier, right? Noah Fafita from Arizona. He's got 2,200 yards, 64%, 23 damn TDs, 4 interceptions. Not too shabby. Their running back, Mahdi, has 591, 6.6 a run, and 2 TDs. Arizona's 5-4 against the spread. Arizona has gone over 55 points in 5 of its last 6 games. Just make note. Cincy, okay, last week at Utah at their place, not so good. Prior to that, they were 6-0. Prior to that loss, Bearcats have been over 55 in 6 of their last games. 6 of the last 7 games, excuse me, folks. Cincinnati is 6-3 against the spread. So as I look at those numbers, Mike, I am going to give me the over 56.5 in this one, sir. What do you think?
I'm with you. I like the over in this one as well. I do like Arizona. I think that they could get a sneaky cover, maybe even a sneaky win here. But what I'm not going to do is get in front of this Cincinnati Bearcat team again. They have already spurned me twice this year with week 1, I believe against Baylor. And a week or 2 ago, they got me against Utah as well. I was on the other side of both of them. Can't do it. I tried going against them, tried going for them. I'm going over them, Dave. Give me the over 56.5. Arizona does have a sneaky good defense. So I'd watch out for that one. Brendan Sorsby, the Cincinnati offense, they've been tearing it up this year. I think that you
Right.
should be fine. Maybe looking at like a 28, 27, maybe a little bit higher than that. It's probably going to be a race to 30, race to 35 in this type of game. But this is one that's going to be neck and neck. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes to overtime. It's going to kind of come down to the wire. But I'm not getting in front of Cincinnati, so I'm with you. Give me the over.
Yep. So we're kind of gelling on some of these over unders there, aren't we, Mike? So looking quite good. Hey, I do want to say shout out to Matt, our friend. He's pouring a whiskey, so he's right there with me. So a couple of drinks here. Tequila here. So who knows what we got here going here, Mike. So shout out. So all right. So next game. So this is an interesting one. This was first one on my list. And I'm very anxious to hear where you're going on this game. So we've got Notre Dame, favorite. Oh snap, my
You
friend.
got
Oh
NC
shit.
State,
I'm sorry. We got to go
Miami.
to your game.
NC State,
I'm sorry.
Miami.
I'm sorry. We got to
You're
go to the most
ahead of
important
yourself here.
game. I'm sorry. I'm
I don't
sorry.
know about
Because
important.
I was getting excited about that game, Mike.
It's going to be a good
I'll
one.
go with
It's going to be a good one.
I'll,
But I want
I'll
to
go with
first I want you to tell me why you think somehow Miami is going to win this game because I don't see it. No, I'm just kidding.
well, that's
What do you
not
got?
what I have here.
I
Mike,
know.
Mike, come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. So we got NC State
Right.
at Miami. Miami's favored by 14 and a half. There's no question in my mind that Miami will win this game, Mike. I don't feel real good about them winning by more than 14 and a half.
You haven't learned
But
anything.
if it was 13, I'd be okay. But Mike, that's not where I'm going in this game. So let me give my stats. So North Carolina State 5-4, Miami 7-2, and oh by the way, the Hurricanes are in the damn top in the top 12. So man, the folks are thinking maybe they can make it to the playoff, Mike. So I'm fucking with you, by the way. Ooh, I didn't say that word. Wolfpack lost 4 of their last 6 games. Big win, obviously, against Georgia Tech at home. And you told me, and you were very adamant about the Wolfpack beating Georgia Tech at home because it's tough to win at home at the Wolfpack. Um, so the Wolfpack are 4-5 against the spread. They're 1-3 against the spread away, which is where we are in this game. Wolfpack totals in 24 points scored. Miami, best defense that they have seen up to this point. Um, as I look at things, maybe we give them 20 for the Wolfpack. The Canes 2-2 in their last 4 games, losses to Louisville and SMU. They beat Syracuse and they covered. Miami's averaged 30 points in the last 4 games, one of which was an overtime win. Miami's 5-4 against the spread, 4-3 as a favorite. So as I kind of monkeyed with all the numbers, Mike, I'm going, oh shit. I just don't think this one is going to go 55 and a half. So, Mike, I am going the under 55 and a half. At the same time, I think it's going to be tough for Miami to cover 14 and a half, but you don't know because North Carolina State has looked like shit on the road. So that's why I'm going with the under 55 and a half.
Got you. All right. I'm not. I think under 55 and a half could be a good bet. So I hear what you're saying there. I think the easiest bet in this one for me, and the reason that I put it on this week's slate, much to my chagrin because it's going against my team, I'm going back to the well, just like I did last week with Syracuse plus 17.5 in the first half, which was insane. I'm going back to the same thing. I'm going NC State plus 7.5 in the first half in this one. This is a game. There's going to be maybe 20, 30,000 people in the stands for this one. They're going to start.
Mike, it's at home. It's at home.
I know. I am
Mike,
aware.
it's at home.
I am aware, Dave. I am aware where it's
Mike.
played. Okay. That's why there's going to be 20 to 30,000 people there. If it was in Raleigh, they'd probably have 60,000. But guess what? It's going to be 3:30 p.m. on a Saturday in Miami for a team that is disappointing and people are upset with. There are going to be people in the stands. Not that many, though. They're going to be lucky to have 30,000. They'll be lucky. I don't think they'll hit 40,000 total people in the stadium. They're going to start slow. I think NC State is the better team to play in the first half. They have a couple of things, and the main reason why is who they have starting at quarterback. We've talked about him before. His name is C.J. Bailey. Okay? If you haven't heard me talk about him before, he is a quarterback who in high school was throwing passes at Chaminade. Who else went to Chaminade? Mr. Jeremiah Smith, potential Heisman winner and CFB 26 cover athlete, the wide receiver at Ohio State, probably the best in the country. He was throwing him passes in high school. He was also throwing passes to JoJo Trader, who is a wide receiver on the Miami Hurricanes. When Jeremiah Smith was a senior and he was deciding where he was going to go, it was between Ohio State and Miami. It came down to the last few days. The reason he chose Ohio State was Cam Ward, allegedly, let me say allegedly, Cam Ward hadn't signed on to Miami yet. He was declared for the draft. They thought it was a done deal. Jeremiah Smith didn't think Cam Ward was coming. He went to Ohio State. The only other stipulation that Jeremiah Smith had to potentially consider Miami was for Miami to offer his high school quarterback, C.J. Bailey. So it would reunite him, JoJo, and CJ at Miami to do what they did at Chaminade in the home city. Miami said no, they did not offer CJ. They instead ended up getting Cam Ward, but by then it was too late. Jeremiah Smith had already signed on. CJ Bailey ended up signing with NC State, and now he gets a chance to go home to Miami and put on against the team in his home city that didn't think he was good enough to play quarterback for that team. He is going to put up numbers. I'm telling you right now, CJ Bailey is coming to play in this game. It is going to be a very, very, very close game. I am worried about the 14.5. I am worried about NC State potentially even winning this one outright. Give me NC State plus 7.5 in the first half. I'm pretty confident NC State could be winning at halftime as well. This is one of those games, Cardiac Canes, it's November. This is how it goes. Look it up. Numbers don't lie. Don't take my words for it. Miami's a different team in November. Time and time again. We also play at Virginia Tech next week, and then we finish the season at Pittsburgh the following week. This is our senior day. We don't usually have that great of days on our senior days in history's past. Just saying, watch out for it. I want us to win. I hope we win. We have a outside shot at the playoffs right now. We're getting done dirty by the committee, but this is why. Because there's PTSD around this fucking program, and nobody thinks that we're actually going to be able to finish the season in a positive note. So until we do that, this is what we got. We'll see. I hope they prove me wrong. Rant ending.
Damn.
All right?
Damn. That's a rant. Mike.
I'm just saying.
Holy shit.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Woo, shit. That's Super Ted. That's Super Ted right there. Now, I don't know what to say. We're gonna leave that game. We're gonna leave it behind us. We're gonna move on, Mike.
Dave.
Yeah. Damn is all I got to say. So I do want to shout out to my lovely wife that just joined. Been working our ass off tonight. Go Dogs there, my lovely wife, Nirvana, and all my friends at Capstone that I think might be listening, Mike. I think we might have like a gang listening. I do want to shout out to Jan Gertz, who is, by the way, a Notre Dame fan that we're about to call the Notre Dame game. And shout out to all my Capstone friends that are on. Don't forget, like, subscribe, give us that, Gator Day bump. So, all right, here we go. All right, Jan, here we go. We got Notre Dame. They are favored by 11.5 against the Pittsburgh Panthers, over under 55.5. Irish are ranked number 10 in the land, 7-2 on the year. Pitt is ranked a paltry 24th with 7-2. Notre Dame lost their first two games against Miami and Texas Tech, big boys, right? Their only ranked win, however, they've only had one ranked win. Irish rushing defense ranked 15th, passing defense not too good at 89th. Quarterback CJ Carr for the Irish, 2275 in yards, 68%, 19 TDs, 4 interceptions, not too shabby. Running back, the infamous Jeremiah Love, 988 yards, 6.4 carry, 13 TDs. They also got the backup, Jadarian Price, at 568, 6 yards a carry, and 9 TDs. So Notre Dame is 4-5 against the spread. Not that good. And they're only 1-2 against the spread away, Mike. Pitt's losses, when we look at them, West Virginia, I think that's bullshit. They lost to Louisville in September. All these games in September, right? They won 5 straight games. They beat NC State by 20. And this is all with the young buck, Henschel, at quarterback, the freshman. So my buddy at Capstone, he's like, man, I'm kind of worried we're going to have a freshman quarterback starting, but this son of a bitch has kicked ass. Mason Henschel, 1547, 64%, 12 TDs, 5 interceptions. He's run for 143, and that's only in 5 games, guys. Running back Turner's at 399, 4.5 a carry, and 6 TDs. So Pitt's rushing defense, they're ranked 3rd. And Notre Dame depends quite heavily, Mike, on the run. Passing defense, not so good at 95th. Pitt's also 7-2 against the spread. They're also 4-1 against the spread at home. 11.5 is way too damn much in this game. Granted, Pitt's going to have a tough time to win it, but damn it, give me them 11.5 points and call this one another Gator Dave lock, Mike.
Gator Dave lock. Yeah, I'm not that confident in this one. I'm with you though. I'm going to take Pittsburgh plus the 11.5. I think they'll be ready for this one. The reason being, I liked what Coach Pat Narduzzi said. He basically said that this game, it's a little bit different. Most people probably didn't like what he said, but he ultimately said this game against Notre Dame does not matter. He doesn't care if, I think the quote was, if they lose by 100 points to Notre Dame. He doesn't care because the following 2 games are the games that matter more because they're ACC games. You win those, you play in the ACC championship, you still have a route to the playoff. Right now, unless Pittsburgh wins out, they probably are not going to make the playoff as it stands. So that's a way that they can get in. But the biggest thing for me for that is basically, this is the biggest game of Pittsburgh's season, obviously. It's a home game, extreme hype around it, everything in front of them. You're ranked in the CFP playoff rankings. You're playing a top 10 team. You're playing Miami at home in 2 weeks. They're also top 15. Everything is in front of you. ACC championship, all of it. You have a true freshman quarterback that you mentioned that's going to start in this game. What better way to ease this dude and his emotions and his mentality going into this one and saying, I don't give a shit if we lose by 100 points in this game. Do you know how much pressure that probably takes off of this dude's shoulders, just in terms of he doesn't have to be perfect in this one? I think it's also somewhat mind games for the Notre Dame side, because then they could get complacent, right? We've seen this Notre Dame team under Marcus Freeman at times get a little complacent against teams that they should be absolutely hosing. And they're in these competitive games in the fourth quarter against teams that they have no business being close with. That could be one of these games. I think Pittsburgh's going to be rocking for this one. I have no doubt that it's probably going to be a sellout or close to one. Pittsburgh fans love some football. Notre Dame fans, they always travel. It's going to be a good one. I'm with you. I'm going to take Pittsburgh plus the 11.5 here. I think it's too many points. But at the same time, Pittsburgh cannot run the football. If Notre Dame forces them to throw and limits their ability to run the football, it could be a really, really rough day for Pittsburgh. And their coach might be right about what the final score is. I don't think it's going to go that way. I think Pittsburgh's able to establish something a little bit early in this game, get Notre Dame back on their heels. But be wary with this one. Be wary.
So, Mike, I think it's time to remind everyone to like, subscribe, listen to, the podcast, whatever you can do to help us out here. We are here for you. We're delivering this information and just amazing insights and fun, which is the most important thing. So please like, subscribe. All you Capstone guys out there that are sitting up there at the steakhouse, man, give us a subscription, so you can roll in there every once in a while. And I've already talked to Mike about possibilities down the road of future events that could affect major podcasts down the road. So, all right. So I want to throw that one out there. Give us a little bit of pub. The next game everybody's been waiting for, including my lovely wife. We have the Texas Longhorns going up there to Athens, Georgia. And Georgia's favored in this one by 6, over under 48.5. So Texas is ranked 11th. They've come from the depths after they got beat by my Florida Gators. And they are 7-2. Dogs are ranked number 5, ranked 8 with an 8-1 record. So Longhorns losses at Ohio State in that first game, and I was describing to my friend there, Nathan, who we could be talking to later, about how that game was just kind of a feel it out game, not even a real football game. They lost by 7 in that particular game. So since then, they've won 4 in a row. They've beaten Oklahoma. They've beaten Kentucky. But overtime wins with Kentucky and Mississippi State, which is a little concerning, right? Texas rushing defense. Mike, ranked number 2 in the land against that Georgia rushing attack. Their pass defense, however, if our boy can do well there at Georgia, they're only ranked 94, so a little vulnerable there on the backside. So Arch is 21-23 on yards, 63%, 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He's run for 203. In my opinion, Texas has sucked ass running the ball. I mean, Wisner, 5-star. Their top 3 running backs are all 5 stars. Wisner has the most at 338, averaging 3.8 a carry. That son of a bitch is overpaid. I mean, that's horrible. Either that or the O line sucks. Texas, Mike, they're 2-7 against the spread. That's hot garbage. They're 0-4 away against the spread. Yeah, and they're ranked 11th. Woo! Georgia's lone loss against Bama, wins over Ole Miss and Tennessee. Stockton has 2,000 yards, 70%, 15 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, run for 321 and 7 TDs. Running back Frazier's 575, 5.7 a carry, 3 TDs. Bowens 474, 6 TDs. I mean, that just smokes that bullshit Texas running game. The Dogs' rushing defense, 12th in the nation. So Texas has a shitty rushing attack. Dogs have a badass rushing defense. Cancel that out. They're not going to run for shit. Now, the Georgia pass defense, worst it's been in many years, at 58%. Maybe you think your boy Arch might be a drop a couple in there, maybe. Georgia's 4-5 against the spread. 4-3 is a favorite against the spread. Damn, this is an easy one for me, Mike. Give me them Dogs to cover the 6 in this one, sir. What have you?
Yeah, shout out to our guys in the chat. Love the commentary. Please keep it going. I'm with you. I like the Bulldogs minus the 6 in this one as well. I think they're going to be too much for Texas at home. It's a night game. Arch Manning, as many probably remember, he was once committed to Georgia. There was a lot of speculation that thought, Georgia was a lock for him. He ended up going to Texas. There's going to be a little bit of a little bit of a tiff on both sides of the ball for this one. It's a big matchup, obviously, top 10 matchup. I'm not sold on Texas. Texas 3-4 weeks ago was out of the top 25. Everybody washed them away, thought they were done, threw Arch under the bus, and now everybody's right back on them. I'm not a buyer. I think Georgia's going to be able to handle them at home. They have the better defense. I think they have the more consistent offense, and I think they have the better coaching staff with Kirby Smart and company. So, yeah, I'm with you. Give me the Bulldogs minus 6. I like this one 27-20 Dogs at home here on Saturday night.
Awesome. I love it, Mike. And yeah, we got some chatter in the chat there from Tony and Nate, the guy was talking about. Those are Mike. Those are Ohio State fans that think their shit don't stink. So we'll let them chat. We'll bring them in. We love having you guys here, but we'll see how things wrap up there when you got to play Indiana and see that game. You guys know I've told you, God, I'm loving that. I'm loving the Ohio State Indiana game. I think that's going to be the game of the year at the end of the season, without a doubt. I look more forward to that game than any freaking game that's even on the damn slate.
Why?
Out there. So
why?
Boom. And give me shout out Caleb. Why?
Yeah.
Why, Mike? Because that's 1 versus 2, bro. And that's
neither one of them have played anybody.
Mike, true that. Can Sig show up our friends from Ohio State who hasn't played anybody?
He absolutely can't.
Well, he can't. So you're saying Ohio State's going to beat Indiana?
Yeah, absolutely. But Ohio State's got to worry about the game before they even get to Indiana. That's lurking right around the corner as well.
Mike. So you telling me Tony and our friend Nate might need to worry about the Wolverines before they start counting chickens before they hatch? Is that what you're saying, Mike?
I mean, I think if Tony and Nate know ball, they're already aware of that. That's the biggest game of the year for both of
Woo!
those
Bring it
teams.
in. Bring it in, Tony, Nate. Come on, let's hear that bullshit now. Come on, let's talk some shit here, boys. All right. We'll see if they got any comment here. So Mike, the next game we're going to our favorite, man. We just love the damn Big 12. I love the Big 12. So because it's such a hodgepodge of who knows what the hell is going on. So we got TCU at BYU. And Mike, BYU got a little bit from my heart here. BYU's favored by 4.5 in this one. The over/under is 51.5. So TCU comes in as really as a spoiler at 6-3. BYU ranked number 7 after their just total ass kicking from Texas Tech, who's 8-1, right? The Frogs losses to Arizona State, Kansas State, Iowa State. They don't like the state teams, do they? So no, they really don't have any ranked wins, but they beat SMU and Baylor. TCU's last 2 games total was 40 points. Okay. Keep that in mind as we move along. TCU's rushing defense ranked 35th, not too shabby. Pass defense 101, garbage. Quarterback Josh Hoover, 2,700 yards passing, 65%, 23 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Not too bad, man. Running back Barnes is 443. Running back Battle 326. Running back Payne 218. The Horned Frogs can run the ball, right? They're 4-1 against the spread. 0-0-1 as an underdog against the spread. BYU, our boy Bear Bachmeier. He's got 1881, 62%, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, run for 420, 9 TDs on the ground. LJ Martin back healthy, 824, 5.8 a carry, and 5 TDs. So the Cougs rushing defense is ranked 44th. Pass defense ranked 33rd, which is pretty damn good when we talk about defenses. BYU 6-3 against the spread, 3-1 as a home favorite against the spread. And you're probably going, damn, Dave, you got to be going for BYU. Yeah, that might be a good call, but I think the call is there's going to be too much damn defense in this game. And give me the under 51.5, Mike. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the under in this one also. I think both defenses come to play. I am not a buyer on BYU's quarterback, Bachmeier. When he's forced to throw the football, BYU struggles. I think TCU is going to find a way to force him to throw the football in this one. I kind of like TCU at plus 4.5 as well. I think that might be too many points. I think this could be a sneaky game that BYU might be looking ahead a little bit. But I think both defenses come to show up in this one. Give me the under 51.5. But I'm telling you, TCU, better quarterback. I think better coach. Last time TCU played BYU, they absolutely handled them. It was 44-11 in 2023. Take it for what it's worth. It was 2 years ago. New teams, transfer portals, everything else. But I think TCU will be ready to go in this one. But I like the under. I'm with you. 51.5.
I think under's the play here, but if I had to go the other way, I'm still a BYU bandwagoner there, Mike. So all right, so let's go to the SEC. Ooh, into a big game. We got Oklahoma and Alabama. Alabama is getting 6 points in this game. The over/under is 45.5. We got OU ranked number 12. They've hung around, 7-2 record. Bama is 4th in the land at 8-1. Oklahoma 2 losses against Texas. and against number 8 Ole Miss. Big wins over Michigan and the UT Vols. Last weekend they won by 6 at Rocky Top. Ooh, I hate you guys, Rocky Top. Feeling like you got a little bit of hurt there, but that was pretty rough. You guys are about damn out of it. Whoop, I didn't say that. Against Auburn, Texas, and South Carolina, the total was 41 and 33. All right. Sooners rushing defense, ranked number 4, meaning, but let me tell you, we'll talk about it in a minute. Alabama's rushing defense ain't where it's at. They ain't been doing that good. So, but the Sooners passing defense still pretty damn good at 22nd. So Mateer is 1949, 64%, 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's run for 306 and 6 TDs. Running backs Blaylock at 406, Robinson at 332. So the Sooners are 5-4 against the spread, 1-1 as an underdog. Yeah. All right. Don't hurt yourself there, my friend. All right. Alabama only lost to the Florida State Seminoles. Woo! It scares the shit out of me. All right. Since that time, they've beaten number 5 Georgia, number 16 Vandy, number 14 Missouri, number 11 Tennessee. Defensive totals, it's absolutely crazy. Ty Simpson, 24, 61, 67%, 21-1. Damn. Now, they haven't run the ball well. Jam Miller's only got 321 and 3.8 and 2 TDs. Ty's rushing defense, however, ranked 54th. Passing defense, 10th. Crimson Tide is 6-2-1 against the spread, and a mere 5-1 against the spread at home. Mike, give me them Crimson Tide to cover the 6 in another Gator Dave lock.
Yeah, I mean, outside of that week 1 game that you mentioned against Florida State, Alabama's been pretty consistent throughout the year, especially against top 25 opponents. If you guys don't know, Caleb DeBoer, their head coach, is lights out versus top 25 opponents. It's just what he does is beat them. I think them being at home in this one is really the main difference in this. Oklahoma, they had a good year. They have a great defense this year. Brent Venables finally got his guys, got his recruiting class, got his transfer portals, and it's finally coming together for Oklahoma. I just think that they're still a year or two away. John Mateer, he was on an absolute tear for them, the transfer quarterback from Washington State. He ended up hurting his throwing hand and having to have surgery on that before the Texas game, and he just kind of hasn't gotten it back since. He's been a leader. He's been playing through it. I think if he was fully healthy, this would be probably a different game. But I'm going to go Alabama minus the 6 at home. I think the under also is something that you could potentially look at. Both of these defenses are pretty good. So that's something else that I would consider. But I think Alabama at home should be able to get this one done, stay in the top 5, stay in the SEC championship race. And Oklahoma is just going to be just barely on the outside looking in. Unless some dominoes fall where they may. I mean, sitting at 11 with a loss to number 4, with Oklahoma's schedule that they still have remaining, they could actually, believe it or not, still maybe find a way in with 3 losses. We talked about it throughout this year. I said it in the preview at the beginning of the season. Don't be surprised if you see an SEC team get into this 12-team playoff with 3 losses over a team, in the Big Ten, ACC, what have you, with 2 losses. Don't be surprised. Oklahoma might be that team. So give me Alabama minus the 6 here.
All right, I like it. Let's address some issues, Mike, in the chat. First, Scotty boy basically saying, Dave, get your ass back from the camera. You got too much freaking face in the camera. I'm out of my element, Scott. So I'm doing the best I can, man. That's all I got to say. So the other thing that's interesting, we got Scotty Boy talking shit with Anthony saying, well, maybe Indiana should be ranked number one instead of our boys from Ohio State. So Tony, what do you think about that? Tony Botos, what do you think about? Are you worried about India? I think they're worried about India. Mike, I think Ohio State's not only worried about the 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 team of Michigan. I think they're worried about them, and then they got to turn around and play Indiana. I think they're start getting some like crazy shit going on. I think they're starting to worry a little bit. So we'll see what Anthony and our friend Nate have to say about those Ohio State. But it looks like Anthony's chiming in here, man. So Ohio State's got the talent, Mike. They got the talent to just whoop ass on Michigan and Indiana.
Maybe not
Come
Michigan,
on, come
but
on,
Indiana definitely.
huh?
Indiana definitely.
Okay,
Maybe
you
not
saying?
Michigan. Michigan's got Ryan Day's
Uh,
number. There's something about that. It's that game. It's that
oh
rivalry game. But
shit,
against Indiana and Curt
Anthony. What about
Cignetti, no, they Ohio State's got that all day long. And if you really want to
so
get into the
so?
rankings, hold on. This is going to set them all off. All right. If we're going to really talk
Please,
about who the
please.
true number one should be, it should be Texas A&M, who's coming in at
There you
three.
go. That's right.
Texas
A big
A&M should be
league,
the
a
true
big
number
league team.
one
That's right.
with the
True,
amount of ranked
true,
teams that they've played on the road, SEC and
true,
otherwise. It should be Texas A&M at number one, followed by
true.
Ohio State and Indiana, just based off of who of
Yeah,
Indiana and Ohio State have played this year. And that's why I think
yeah,
ultimately they are both probably going to struggle when it comes around playoff time. Julian saying in a spotlight, he's had some great games this year. He's been putting the ball on a dot to some of these plays, to Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, Brandon Ennis. He's finally starting to get going. I love the Ohio State team top to bottom roster wise. I mean, they're filled with literally nothing but blue chippers. So they're going to make a run. Don't put that past them, whether they've played a cupcake schedule or not. They are filled with a talented roster. Indiana, on the flip side,
absolutely.
I've seen a little bit of shakiness from Indiana as of late. And when they really get to play one of these higher caliber programs like an Ohio State, we saw what happened last year. That's all. I mean, history has a chance of repeating itself. It has a tendency to do so. We'll see. But I think the true number one really is Texas A&M right now.
I agree. I totally agree, Mike. Without a doubt, the conference, obviously SEC all the way. So all right. So let's move on. I'm loving this shit, by the way. All right, let's move on to the game. Okay, Mike. This is the game. It's all here, right? It's all here, Mike. We got the Memphis Tigers, Gator Dave's alma mater, playing his mom's alma mater, East Carolina University. And oh, by the way, they're playing at East Carolina. East Carolina is favored by 2.5 in this game, over under 59.5. So Tigers come in 8-2. Big loss last week to Tulane. That's obviously one of the next coaches that finds a good job. So East Carolina 6-3. Memphis got the 42nd ranked rushing defense, 86 on the pass. Memphis is 8-2 against the spread, 2-0 as an underdog, which is interesting. East Carolina, 18th ranked rushing defense, 70th on passing defense. The Pirates are 5-3 against the spread, only 2-3 at home against the spread. So, I don't like going back. I don't like going back to history. Because Mike, you're the history guy. You like all that history stuff. I'm not a big history guy. But if we look back over the last 3 seasons, Memphis 45, East Carolina 47. When we average the points, that's 92 freaking points. Mike, I think this one's a pretty easy over 59.5. I would love for Memphis to win. It's okay if ECU wins, but man, I think this one's over 60 points pretty well. So, what do you think?
I think this game, other than it being the Gator Day Family Bowl, shout out to Matt for the name, presented by Casamigos. Yes, absolutely.
I love it.
I think
I love it.
outside of it being that, I don't know why you put this game on here. This is one of the harder ones to call, I think, in this week, because these teams are so similar. If you break down the stats, if you look at what they've done, they're basically a mirror of each other. And for that reason, and because we haven't had one yet all show, believe it or not, Gator Dave, I am going with the under 59.5 for a true head-to-head because, again, we haven't had one yet. And we gotta get one on the board. So give me the under 59.5. I think these teams are going to be prepared for each other. And, yeah, we'll see. But it's a crapshoot. I hate that you put this one on there, other than shout out to Mama Garen.
That's right. That's right. That's what it's about, baby.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. So, I'm loving the chat,
Terrible.
man. We haven't had this much chat in a minute, so appreciate my Capstone boys coming on. So, all right. So
Absolutely.
the last
And this is
game.
this is another one. This is also what he did. Okay,
What?
for the record,
No, this is my
for
game. This was
exactly.
so freaking easy, bro.
I'm letting the chat know who's responsible for these final two games. That's all I'm
Me,
doing.
me,
That's all I'm doing.
me. I'll
Terrible.
take total credit for this,
Terrible.
and we'll see how this one comes out, Mike, because I promise you, the peeps here are going to be happy with Gator Day. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Mike. Are you talking? Or are you just So all right. So here's the deal, folks. This is kind of one of those weird games, but I dug it out. So we have Troy at Old Dominion, and we have Old Dominion getting 10.5 points on Troy. Over under is 53.5. Both teams coming to game 6-3, and then I'm like, these teams are all the same. Whichever one of these teams is fucking out of the Sun Belt. Trojans, 3 losses were to Clemson, Memphis, which are both FBS schools, and Arkansas State by 13. Trojans, we're talking about the same team, the Troy Trojans. Quarterback Tucker Kilcrease is 1,400, and this is like the second quarterback of the year, just so you know. 1,400 yards, 60%, 9-4, run for 125, 5 TDs. Running back Meadows, 546, 4.8, 4 TDs. Troy's 91st ranked rushing defense, 36th ranked passing defense. Troy State is 6-3 against the spread. And oh, by the way, they're 4-0 against the spread. Away. This one's away. The Monarchs of Old Dominion lost to Indiana early, then to Marshall by 24, then to James Madison by 33. Now they haven't lost a home game. We look at the stats. We got Colton Joseph. He's their man. 22, 31, 62%, 19 TDs, 9 interceptions. Their leading rusher has 620 and 5.8 on the ground. And oh, by the way, that's the quarterback. They got a running back, Jones, at 528, 7.8, and 4 TDs. So Old Dominion, listen to this: 105th ranked rushing defense, 34th ranked passing defense. Old Dominion is 5-4 against the spread, 2-2 at home against the spread. Both these teams, they beat UNL Monroe by 23 and 25. Oh shit, it sounds so similar. Should be a close one, but maybe Troy gets this game. Give me 10.5 points on a team. When we look at the stats, they look very similar. Yeah, it's going to be the home game, but that's only 10.5 damn points. Troy kicks. They might not win this game, Mike, but they're easily going to cover 10.5 points here. What do you think?
I think just because you took this game, I'm going to go with Old Dominion minus the 11.5, just to give me another true head-to-head here, because this one is atrocious, and I don't really know why you took Troy. Old Dominion is averaging 450 yards on offense. Troy is averaging just 320. They're not averaging over 180 passing yards. They're not averaging over 140 rushing yards as an offense for Troy. Whereas on the flip side, Old Dominion is averaging over 200 passing yards, over 200 rushing yards. You mentioned the quarterback for Old Dominion. He is a true dual threat for them. Absolutely dynamic. They are undefeated at home. Not all of their wins. 5 of their 6 wins for Old Dominion have also come by more than 12. Give me Old Dominion to get it done, to get the cover against Troy at home, minus the 11.5. Anthony, I am not a fan of Temple, actually. I can't stand them. After last week, I gave away that 3-team money line parlay of UConn, Wake Forest, and Temple lost by 1 point to Army to blow that 3-team parlay up. So, not happy with Temple. Not happy.
Yeah, so Anthony, had you been listening last week, sir? Mike did have a 2 of 3 were kick ass. I mean, I like 2 or 3 of those for sure that just smoked, but Temple kind of toasted the parlay, did it not, Mike?
It blew it all up. But I will say, based off our slate that we talked these 12 games, not too many underdogs, potential outrights, but the 4 games that we're talking on the podcast here shortly, maybe some potential outright winners in those, Dave. So they should be good. We're going to be talking the North Carolina Wake Forest game, Minnesota, Oregon, Mississippi State, Missouri, and Clemson Louisville. So if you are listening on the podcast or you're listening on the YouTube show, make sure to check us out on the podcast. Usually releases about an hour or 2 later on Spotify. A couple hours after that for like Apple Music and things of that nature on the other, wherever you find your podcast, but it will be available later tonight. So check it out for those 4 bonus games. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, like Dave has said all night. We really appreciate it. Really appreciate everybody in the chat for hopping in. Like Dave said as well, interaction has been awesome tonight. If we could get that every Wednesday, it'd be great. We love hearing from y'all. Real quick, let me throw the recap up here for our YouTube people. We'll run through our 12 games, and then we'll slide over to the podcast and knock it out. I'm on the over in the UNLV-Utah State game. You got UNLV minus the 6. We're both on Southern Miss to get the cover there. In the next one, I'm on Kennesaw State money line. You like the over in that Jacksonville State-Kennesaw State game. I'm on the under in the Boise State-San Diego State game. You got San Diego State on the money line. We are both in agreement on the Arizona-Cincinnati game, both taking the over 56.5 in that one. In the NC State-Miami game, I got NC State first half plus 7.5. You're looking at the under 55.5 in that one at the total. We're both on Pittsburgh at home plus the 11.5 versus Notre Dame. Maybe a sprinkle there, Dave. Maybe a sprinkle. You never know. Georgia minus 6 against Texas. We're both on the dogs. We're both on the under in the TCU-BYU game. We're both on Alabama minus 6 at home against Oklahoma. I am on the under 59.5. and you are on the over 59.5 in that ugly, ugly Memphis, East Carolina game, but the Gator Day Family Bowl nonetheless. And then the last but not least, we just talked about it, Old Dominion and Troy. I got Old Dominion minus 11.5, and you got Troy plus the points. Gator Dave, before we sign off for YouTube and transition over to the podcast, anything you want to say to the people, sir?
I love the interaction. I love our new viewers that have popped on, my friends there from Capstone. You can see how much fun we have here on Bets Utopia every freaking Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Look forward to you guys coming back and seeing what we got going on. I mean, you guys really contributed. Appreciate the interaction. It's all fun. We appreciate it, and we're all about trying to give you information. Hopefully that will help you if you are interested in placing those bets down the road. But it's all about fun. It's all about the interaction and having a good time. And I know we didn't get to talk about my poor Florida Gators. Hopefully
Why would we?
I don't know. The only thing I gotta say is hopefully our guys, show well against their future coach, and
You mean when they hit the transfer portal?
We'll see how that goes there, Mr. Mike.
You saw Bayou Billy was at practice in Athens this week. Did you see that?
Shit, I forgot to say something about that. We should have said something when we started talking about the Georgia game. Yeah, so
wow.
Sling Blade, so everybody knows, Sling Blade Billy was at the Georgia practice this week. So, maybe Kirby's thinking about bringing him on as he gets rid of Bobo, bring him on as the OC there at Georgia. Hell yeah, I would love that. So we'll see how that goes.
Until he takes DJ Lagway away from you, and he's got a G on his helmet next year.
He can have him when we get the quarterbacks from Ole Miss. I'm all good. So, we'll see how that goes. Appreciate everybody being on tonight, man. It's been a blast. And oh, by the way, those you podcasters, stick around. 4 more games to add to your bot there. So go Gators. Mike?
Real quick, Anthony. Yeah, I can't wait to see Brian Kelly as the Gators head coach. Also, that's all I want for Christmas. So, Santa,
he's fucking with me.
Do your worst. Do your worst.
Tony.
All right. Thank y'all for watching. We appreciate it. Good luck this week. We will see you next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure to catch our NFL show tomorrow as well if you can catch it live. We should be going live about 1:30 p.m. Eastern, maybe 2 p.m. Eastern. So look out for that one. I'll be with Steel City Scott. He is on an absolute tear lately, so do not miss that one. And make sure to also check out shopcya.com. Get those assets covered, folks. All right, we will see you next week. Good luck. And podcast people, stay tuned. Stick around.